here's even more Easter eggs, cameos, and hidden details in the new Deadpool and Wolverine trailer that you probably missed. I mean, shit, I know I did because in my part 1 video, I missed a lot. I have part 1 tagged down below, so if I'm not talking about something that you noticed, it's probably in that first video. Obviously, we got that shot of that giant dead Ant-Man, still TBD on if it's Hank Pym or Scott Lang. But on top of Lady Deathstrike and Azazel, we got Pyro in the car over here, we got Toad down here, and we got Callisto from Last Stand. It also looks like we got a variant of the Russian who showed up in the 2004 Punisher movie. They opened up the trailer by giving us Wolverine back shots. Hey, yo, pause, no diddy. But it looks like things escalate. If you remember, there was a reference to Wolverine and She-Hulk, where it stated that a man fights with metal claws in bar brawl. Could this fight between Wolverine and Deadpool be what it's referencing? Speaking of Deadpool, he calls Wolverine Peanut, which is actually what Scott Lang calls Cassie. We get a shot of Paradox, who looks like he took a shot to the nose, and it was probably this Wolverine because we can see the TVA floor. He said that this Wolverine let his entire timeline down. And then we get this shot of him looking at dead X-Men. 3 things are certain in life: death, taxes, and a depressed Wolverine. But I bet they're going to be adapting the Old Man Logan storyline. In that story, Mysterio tricked Wolverine into killing every single mutant. So I bet in this timeline that looks like it got pruned, Cassandra was the one responsible for tricking Logan. By the way, she pulled up in Xavier's chair right here. That's a menace right there. We get a shot of Logan saying, "I'm no hero, kid." Keyword being kid. Could he be referring to Daphne Keene's X-23? Or maybe even Kidpool, since we know he's going to show up in this movie. Thanks to all this merchandise. Again, I love this shot. Sleeveless Wolverine. Liefeld's Juff's feet because he doesn't know how to draw feet. Golden pistols. A lot of people think this is a reference to James Bond, but I think it makes a lot more sense for it to be Face Off, since a lot of people wanted Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds to star in a Face Off remake. Finally, I didn't notice this before, but when they're jumping in the portal, Cassandra Nova's actually right there standing watching them. So it looks like she wants them to jump to wherever the hell they're going. Maybe it's the X-Men universe where this beast comes from. Here's part 1 in case you missed it. It's a good thing I wore my white pants today. Starting off with the biggest ones, we got Giant Man, so this one's literally a big Easter egg. But look around you, look around you. The Red Skull's car makes a reappearance. We got Lady Deathstrike from X2 back there, and Azazel from X-Men First Class. And I'm willing to bet Toad, Pyro, and a bunch of other X-Men villains are here, because then we get this shot of the main villain of the movie, Cassandra Nova. But pay close attention, because she's walking out of Giant Man's head, and I still see teeth and a skeleton right there. That man Scott got nah, but at least he had a good dental plan. Cassandra Nova being the evil twin sister of Charles Xavier. She even comes with a bald head and teeth to let you know that she's British and related to him. And I'm really curious if this is just her home, or her own makeshift version of Cerebro. And I'm assuming this is a barren wasteland after she killed all the X-Men, because we get this shot of what looks like Logan visiting some dead X-Men. Can my boy just not feel pain for one movie? I know his physical wounds heal, but man, that emotional damage is real. Now, this whiskey dick version of Wolverine that we see in the beginning of the trailer, I don't think that's the Wolverine we're going to see that he teams up with. Quick shout out to the props guys. Smile, wait for the flash. I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like we're gonna get a bunch of different versions of Wolverine in this movie until he finds one that can tolerate him. Getting shot in the ribcage is crazy. We get an extended look at the fight in the void with a 20th Century Fox logo behind them. And yeah, it looks like he's had enough of Wade. You know how pissed off you gotta be to make someone make this face? And we get a better look at them fighting in the car, which I gotta say, I can't wait for this. This shot was so funny. But then, of course, we get the money shot of them working and walking together. I'm not sure if Copperhead is a reference to the Copperhead Marvel character, but look at my goat, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. He ain't got no sleeves. He heard the bitching and whining and complaining. Also, shout out to Rob Liefeld, the creator of Deadpool. We got our first look at the ugly-ass dog pool. But Kevin Feige, if anything happens to him, I will find you. And I will. You know the rest. Then we get an even better money shot of Deadpool and Wolverine teaming up, fighting back to back. We also get a shot of Alive from the Loki series, which confirms that this is basically in the void. But if you zoom in, you can actually see that dead Ant-Man. My bad, dead Giant Man where they're all living. So it looks like things will not be turning out great for them. But here's where the real magic happens, because they jump into a portal, but not just any portal. That's that Doctor Strange when he does that yellow sparkly thing he does. Now, how funny would it be if they actually get put into the end of Endgame or some other MCU scene that we all know and love? Or what if it's just fucking Ned? Then we get a direct reference to Kevin Feige saying that the one thing they cannot talk about is that booger sugar, as they proceed to talk about various different ways to say cocaine. And then we get this, because this is my exact feelings. Deadpool and Wolverine, let's fucking go!